Every once in a while, if I have a couple hours to spare and I feel like doing it, I combine my like old Let's Play videos, because back then like you only could have 10 minute videos at a time, so like everything was done in parts, right? And like combining the whole like playthrough of a game that I did when I was a kid into one video. I think I already have one on my original channel of me playing Pikmin 1 in 2011. And one of the funny things about that is even back then, and I said it in a very disrespectful way back then, but even back then, I was unknowingly, unconsciously pro-trans.
The yellow can go die for its useless stupidity. Used to be a blue, then got a color change. It's like a sex change, except for Pikmin colors. It's a color change! Ah! Because, you know, the blues are males. No. The blues are females, the reds are males. Yeah. And the yellows are transvestites. Blues are female. Reds are male. Male because they're like fight. These can just like resist some stuff that males can't. Like in real life, and then the transvestites who are apparently useless. I'm just kidding.
I made a little joke, where I was saying like, oh, the blue because there's 3 types of Pikmin, right? The 3 primary colors. And I was saying, oh, the blue ones are like the boys, and the red ones are like the girls, and then the yellow ones are the hermaphrodites. And obviously that's like an outdated term and you don't say that. But that's what I thought intersex people, or like androgynous people were called. Like in my head it was kind of like a category of both of those. Obviously now that I'm an adult, I know that you aren't androgynous, you don't look androgynous because you're born intersex, but that's what I thought as a kid. I thought it was like male and female, and then androgynous, which is like the intersex like mixture of like genitalia between the two, so you don't have a defined like gender at birth, and then like all of them happen to look like how not like androgynous people look, like when you dress androgynously without like any kind of specific gender clothing features, you know. So yeah, dude, even back then in my mind I'm like, there's 3 genders, or 2 genders and an in-between. Honestly, yeah, I've always thought of it as 2 genders and an in-between, but I guess the in-between can count as its own. So. Yeah, I don't even know how I, like, came up with that in my head, though. Maybe just by, like, observing, because I definitely know my parents did not teach me who trans people were at all. They didn't even teach me what gay was. I didn't even know people could be gay until I was, like, 12. So, is me thinking in those terms like me being conditioned, or is it just like a natural thing? Pretty definitively, I think it's just a natural thing that occurred, but I have to have seen some things to even know the word hermaphrodite, or... But I think I just naturally assumed that intersex was a thing. And then maybe I would have looked it up in a book or somewhere. I mean, I didn't really have internet or use internet as a kid until I was like 10. Oh no, but that video was from when I was 14, so definitely... Yeah, I'm unsure. Maybe I found out the verbiage of hermaphrodite from that, like I looked up what in-between was, like on Wikipedia or something. But I think I always just assumed that that would be a thing. Like how people can be born with like 6 fingers or something, you know? Like there's always like...
This won't do.
Like why would it be different for... Like if other parts of the body can come out like not intended by... Fuck, nice. I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't diminish anybody that has atypical physicalities. But if any other part of the body can grow abnormalities or come out in an abnormal way, then why can't the genitalia or stuff related to gender, right? So that always made sense to me. And I wasn't even fucking libbed up. If anything, I was floating around in a conservative environment. Although I don't think the environment I grew up in was particularly political one way or the other. It was more like avoiding topics that they were like politically against or religiously against or whatever, and like pretending they don't exist, rather than like direct discriminatoriness, you know? They wouldn't be like, gay's bad, they'd be like, what's gay? You know? If that makes sense.
Hello.
So I guess that gave me a better chance to develop thoughts that are not like, this is objectively bad or whatever.
I concur.
Which is maybe why I'm more open. But I mean, I didn't believe in like the concept of more than two genders like even 10 years ago. So like, I don't know. And my opinion didn't necessarily, well, it did change, but it changed because I got added knowledge. I was just like, but based on what I knew, I came to like the correct conclusion. But like my moral feelings around it didn't change. It was more that like I didn't understand how there could be multiple genders, because I was just thinking about like the two chromosomal combinations to make men and woman or man genitalia. And then I was like, there can be three, and because like the intersex thing or the way I thought, I was like, no, there's only 3 genders at max. But I wasn't thinking about it in the way of like a gender identity versus a chromosomal makeup or genetic genital makeup or whatever. So, become a bread tuber? True. I mean, I was talking about gender shit earlier, so maybe, dude. Although that was more just talking about myself rather than any particular thing. A mukbang bread tuber? Dude, a mukbang bread tuber who eats different types of bread. I could be a literal bread tuber, and I could help everyone become woke. Yeah, unironically though, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, and I'm not gonna try really to do it unless like someone's interested in doing this for whatever reason. I wouldn't be like necessarily opposed, but I think like if I had like a good sit down, you know, talk, it could be recorded or debate or not or whatever, with any like you know, kind of conservative leaning YouTube commentator or just YouTuber in general. I think I could, or even person in general, I think I could turn them woke. Dude, I think I could convince them to change their opinion on some things. Because there is a middle ground. Eat whole loaves of bread while chatting politics, yeah. Be like, fuck Trump, with a mouthful of fucking loaf. He's bad. I mean, he is, but... Finish! But yeah.
Is father displeased with me?
That would be funny. That would be funny. Eating spaghetti, eating bread. I don't know why I had spaghetti in there. When I think of bread, I'm just like thinking bread, garlic bread, spaghetti and meatballs, Italian mode. Even though I don't think I have any Italian in me. Not sure though. I am half Dutch, so Italy's somewhere close to the Netherlands. So maybe some shit happened. I don't know. Doubt it though. But I'll still eat bread. Dude, eating? I've never overeaten bread. But it does seem like something you'd get like sick of. pretty fast if you just ate only bread. You can do lots of things with bread. If I were to make a whole bread tuber YouTube channel, I could do a lot of bread related things. I could be like, this is jam day. This is fucking sandwich day. This is fucking toast day. You know, for each video, a different thing. I could play that YouTuber kind of bait video game that came out like a decade ago, I Am Bread, where like you control a piece of bread and it's like a dumb physics game or whatever. There's lots of bread stuff. See, and that's the type of creativity we need back in YouTube. Funny shit like that, goofy shit like that.